Diksha. My friend Akbar Owaisi and also our friend Kishan Reddy had asked a lot of questions, sir. I'll answer Akbarji first and then we'll go to Kishan Reddy, sir. Diksha, the actual cost of the entire project was questioned. Total cost, as was estimated originally, was around 14,132 crores, sir. Sir, now questions were also asked about payments made by state. The state government so far, in the last 5 years, has made 2,296 crores of money, sir. Has made payments to the tune of 2,296 crores. State government is expected to spend 3,000 crores because the original project as it was conceived, sir, the total cost was 14,132 crores. 10% viability gap fund was claimed by the bidder, which would be coming from Government of India. So that would be about 1,450 crores, sir, around 1,400, approximately around 1,458 crores. And the state was expected to spend about 3,000 crores, out of which, as I have mentioned, 2,296 has already been spent, sir. Now coming to the other important question, sir, the balance payments, as you can do the math, the balance is pending, sir. Now, out of the 72 kilometers, sir, 30 kilometers, as I have already answered, as I have already replied, has been commissioned. The remaining is being worked at a brisk pace, sir. Now, sir, I also would like to come on record and say that we are aiming to complete about 66 kilometers, 66 and a half kilometers, much before the end of this year, sir. So we are aiming to complete that and we'll move forward as quickly as we can. And we'll be completing it in phases. Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated this project, which is the world's largest public-private partnership PPP project in Metro Rail, sir, on the 29th of November last year. And we are very proud that it is actually progressing very, very well. Sir, let me also answer the question on the payments I have already answered, sir. And even from Government of India, out of the 1,458, 1,204 crores has been paid as per eligibility, sir. Now, there are claims, sir, as was pointed out by Akbar Owaisi, sir, about the cost increase, etc., what cost increase he asked. There are claims being made, but there is no finality achieved. So, once there is a finality, I will definitely come to the House and explain it, sir. But there are claims and counterclaims. So, while the discussion is still on, it would not be prudent for me to present it to the House because we have not yet reached a finality, sir. That I think my friend will appreciate the sensitivity also. Now, with respect to balance payments, I have clarified, sir. With respect to JBS and MGBS, yes, sir, I went on record. In my reply also, I said, between Jubilee bus station and Mahatma Gandhi bus station, the work is going on at a brisk pace. अब किस रफ्तार से चल रहा बोले तो मैं क्या बताऊं आपको 80 किलोमीटर बोलूं 100 किलोमीटर बोलूं मैं उस क्वांटिफाई तो नहीं कर सकता बट रफ्तार से बढ़ रही है और जिस हद तक हो सके मैं अगस्त तक इसको करने की कोशिश हम लोग कर रहे हैं MGBS तक कंप्लीट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. The other question that my friend had asked was about what is the minimum requirement with respect to the width of the road. Sir, in areas where the road is available, where the right of way is available, we have almost gone to the extent of 200 feet, sir. For example, in areas such as Miapur, we have 200 feet of width available, sir. The minimum width in Sultan Bazar is about 66 feet, sir. And that is if it is only one way. Let me remind you, if it is a one way, then it is 66 feet. But if it has to be a two way, then it has to be minimum of 80 feet. Now the question before us, sir, is in case of Old City, while our department and our Hyderabad Metro Rail would want ideally larger coverage because, on record also, in fact, Mr. Owaisi had asked us in the past to expand it as much as you can so that Old City also will not be decongested in future also because, after all, he has the interest of the people in mind. I'm sure he would want it as wide as possible, but keeping in mind the practical implications. We have to go anywhere between 80 to 100, sir. I think that is feasible, practical, and also useful for the people. Now, sir, coming to the question of how many religious structures, so let me point out that out of the total religious sensitive structures, which includes masjid, mandir, gurdwaras, and other things also, the total number is about 103. The affected properties are 25, were 25. But because of re-engineering and because of some reworking, we have been able to bring it down to a minimum of 4. I think my friend would appreciate the fact that we brought it down to 4. And even in these 4, we assure you, sir, through this house, that we will not affect any of these properties. In fact, the the pier or the viaduct would be much above, so that there is no harm caused to the structure per se. Now, coming to the question of airport connectivity, sir, we are more than committed, sir. I assure you through this house, sir, as Mr. Owaisi has asked, we will ensure that this corridor, which is expected to terminate at Falaknuma, will be taken further, and we want to ensure. మొన్న ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు కూడా గౌరవ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు కూడా మాకు మొన్ననే ఆదేశం కూడా ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది సార్. ఒక హైటెక్ సిటీ నుంచి మాత్రమే ఎయిర్పోర్ట్కి తీసుకెళ్లడం కరెక్ట్ కాదు. ఫలక్నుమా నుంచి అదే రకంగా మనకి నాగోల్లో ఏదైతే టర్మినేట్ అవుతుందో ఈ 3 కారిడార్స్ కూడా అల్టిమేట్గా నాట్ ఇమీడియట్లీ బట్ ఈవెన్చువల్లీ వీ వాంట్ టు కనెక్ట్ ఆల్ ది 3 కారిడార్స్ టు ద ఎయిర్పోర్ట్ సో దట్ ఎనీ పర్సన్ లివింగ్ ఇన్ ద సిటీ, ఎవరు హైదరాబాద్లో ఉండే నాగరికులు ఉన్నా కూడా వారందరికీ కూడా ఎయిర్పోర్ట్ పోయేదానికి ఏ ఇబ్బంది లేకుండా అక్కడ దాకా ట్రావెల్ చేసేదానికి ఉండాలి, ఆస్కారం ఉండాలని ఒక భావన ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారికి ఉంది. అది చేస్తున్నాం అధ్యక్ష. కిషన్ రెడ్డి గారు అడిగారు అధ్యక్ష, ఆయన అడిగారు ఎందుకు ఓల్డ్ సిటీది ఆలస్యమైందని అడిగారు అధ్యక్ష. ఈ రిలీజియస్ స్ట్రక్చర్స్, సెన్సిటివిటీస్ ఇవన్నీ దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకుని కొంత జాప్యం జరిగిన మాట వాస్తవమే. కానీ కిషన్ రెడ్డి గారు, మీకు అదే రకంగా మీ ద్వారా పాత బస్తీలో ఉండే ప్రజలందరికీ కూడా ప్రభుత్వం తరఫున మేము ఇచ్చే మాట ఏమంటే 100% ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ని పూర్తి చేసి అక్కడి వరకు ఫలక్నుమాతోనే ఆపకుండా ఫలక్నుమా నుంచి భవిష్యత్తులో ఎయిర్పోర్ట్కి తీసుకెళ్లే బాధ్యత కూడా టీఆర్ఎస్ ప్రభుత్వమే తీసుకుంటుందని చెప్పి కూడా ఈ సభ ద్వారా కిషన్ రెడ్డి గారికి, పాత బస్తీ ప్రజలకు కూడా నేను విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తాను.
ఏంటండి, వీడియో నచ్చిందా? అయితే ఓ లైక్ వేసుకోండి, లేదంటే ఓ కామెంట్ చేయండి. ఎప్పటికప్పుడు మా వీడియోస్ చూడాలంటే సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి.